Hi everyone, big Fed day today. How's everyone doing? Some book squaring ahead of the Fed, some buying in the euro, some divergence in the pound, getting a pop in euro pound. It's my view that this rally is going to fail in euro pound. I still believe that there's destiny lower around the 71 area, so 72.75 extreme case would be a rally back to this support level at 73. So I'm not showing my charts. Let me do it now. So to me, I don't believe this is the final low in euro pound. So after the Fed, if we're still heading up, I'm looking for shorting opportunities there. I would say that the best trade call, live trade call of the day yesterday was from Planet. Planet talked about he was long Euro Aussie in this range right here. And I thought we could go to 55, and here we are above it at 540. So Planet is the man. He would win the Man Award. There was plenty of time if your work lined up with what Planet was saying to take the position under 153. Here we are 230 pips higher. So if Planet's here, I'd like to congratulate Planet. Are you in the house, buddy? I don't see Planet here yet. Also, some good calls on Canada. Hello, Clever, Fame, Alien, Zahir. To me, that's a roulette bet, Zahir. Welcome to our community. But I would rather not have an opinion on what the Fed's going to do and react to the reaction. Otherwise, it's a red or black bet. My best guess is, of course, no rate rise. And then after that initial reaction, because stocks have recovered so much and China has stabilized, that the statement may seem a bit hawkish. Hi, Khalid. And then the dollar recovers. So to me, the line in the sand in the Dixie's 96.20. Let me show it to you. Your first indication that the dollar's failing. Hi, Zig. Hi, Ved. Yeah. So 96.20 is an important area to me. That was the low on Friday. So 96, you'll know the dollar's failing if we start to close back under the 96 level. It's actually shaping up the way Alien talked about it. So Alien thought this could be a failure on Friday. We talked to him about it. For this week, so far he's right. We have an inside week. I still think there's potential for us to head up one more time, but the line in the sand for me is 96.20. I hope that helps you, Zahir. Everyone welcome Zahir. Who else is in the house today? And remember, we have live coverage of the Fed today with Mauricio and Val and Yohei. I'll be joining them. Hello, Goldie, Fab, JM. Happy, how are you? Alien, Borges back in the house. Hello, Fame, Jax, Pip Hunter, Raymond, Zig. Nice one, Zig, about don't chase money. Raymond, welcome back. Sometimes I get so many tweets. Oh, you're asking Alien. Okay. So this is my look in the dollar. It's got to hold 96.20. The reason I'm more constructive the dollar is I still don't believe that the euro pound has bottomed. And that's a big piece of the puzzle for me on the dollar is euro pound. And I don't think this is a low. On the weekly, I'm still looking for another break at least to 71 and possibly as deep as 70.40. So until euro pound gets down here, I have a hard time being bearish the dollar. Okay, welcome, Zahir. Any other new handles in here with us today? So really the trade of the day again, the best call yesterday, and there were quite a few good calls but that are developing, but the Euro Aussie call was a great call by Planet. He was accumulating it in here, looking for 54.50 to 55. So let's congratulate Planet if we see him come into the room. If you guys agree that was the trade of the day, hi Fab, give me a Y. If you think the long Euro Aussie called out by Planet yesterday was the trade of the day, give me a Y. There's my Y. That was a great call. So every day there's pretty good calls in here, don't you guys think? Every day. Of course, there are calls that don't work out, but I sure see a lot of things that work out from our community. I wish I had enough money to take everyone's trades in here, because I see a lot of great ideas every day. If you agree with me, give me a Y. Because LAR is the best community on the net. In my not so objective opinion, I've facilitated many communities over my career. I've run trading rooms. Being the trading messiah, everyone would stand up and sit down and just copy and follow what I do. And 1 + 1 = 11 here in LAR. So I think that this has been a great work to provide this service to people for free. And it's a great model. Okay, I'm bringing in Dave Floyd today. Dave's a great analyst, trader. And if I was running my own room and people were paying to be there with me, I wouldn't bring in Dave, because Dave would be competition, right? Everyone that I bring in to talk to us with a different model would be competition. So in LAR, I love to be able to say, I have no competition. How about an amen to that? LAR has no competition, because there's nothing like it. There's my amen. So if LAR is helping you out, you're trading anyway, show that you appreciate LAR by establishing an account with FX Pro if you're a non-US resident. And there's no law against having more than one account. I think that's the least the community could do for FX Pro sponsoring this free community for everyone in here. You're trading anyway, give FX Pro at least a piece of your business. How you doing, DFS? So the Canadian calls, this surprised me in Aussie, this candle. Must have been pretty bearish news. Kind of takes off the table, you know, the Aussie yen short. But LAR also, through Alien and Clever and Veteran, identified this 3270 area as a sale in USD CAD, which is a great trade already. They're up about 50 pips. The only problem I have with it is the RSI reading here near the highs. So if we get a dollar pop now, follow me on this, my friends. We get a dollar pop now, or crude sells off again one more time. If we get a rally now towards 133, there is no way one more new high will be confirmed. There is no way that should Canada rally 90 pips, that the RSI will be above 70. Give me a why if you understand that. So if after the Fed we get a rally in Canada back to 33, my call is the RSI stays under 70, and it's a short up here with about 100 pip stop. You don't have to agree with me. Just give me a why if you get it. That these highs had pretty good momentum, but now if Canada rallies after the Fed up towards 133, there would be, that would be the short. Give me a why if you're with me and you understand it. Who gets my Canada analysis? Give me a why. Using the real simple implicator, the RSI. Anyone get it? I know Alien gets it. I know Abel gets it. I know Khalid gets it. I know Ziggy gets it. Goalie gets it. Do you understand that, Happy? How about you, Raymond? Chi-Town Hustler, I know he gets it. Now, I'm not saying we can't break down from here, but if there is one more rally, you know, we already have 3 drives here. Here's 1, 2, 3. Veteran gets it. But, you know, anything can happen on the Fed. And if we rally 100 pips in Canada, I'm all over it. Why? Well, first of all, because I think that we've only completed one corrective wave in Canada. I think this was A, and this is B, and we're going to get C. Because I'm not as bearish crude as everyone else is. So I still think we could see 125. I have weekly confluence coming in here at 125. Thank you, Chi-Town. So does that help, Pip Hunter? Is that I think this was A, and we got a B here, and I think we're going to have a C that could fall to 125. And a big recovery in the crude oil market. So here's the crude here. I think the crude just shook out all the longs under 43, and I think we have another run to the upside in the crude oil market here. I'm not looking, everyone's turned bearish again. I think crude has a shot. So there's the correlation reason. I gave you the technical reasons on the USD CAD chart, Pip Hunter, and I'm giving you my correlation rational, you know, why I see the correlation. If I'm right and we're going to have another pop in the crude oil market, that should generate a decline in Canada. I'm not saying it's the beginning of a bear market. It's just part of a corrected process. Thank you, Chi-Town. Okay, so I've been jabbering a lot. I'm going to wait till after the Fed to do anything new. Thank you, Clever. Here's Clever's numbers, which he presented during an interview on Monday. This guy is prepared to trade before the market gets there. So he's got 20, 96, 106, 116, and wow, 50, 39. But you're not buying it till 40. I don't think we're going there. I think we bottom. But I like this number. So here's the point I'd like to make with Clever's work. He's not coming into the session not knowing what he wants to do. In advance, he's prepared with areas to take action. So you prepare your trade before the fact. You don't do it on the fly. That's impulse trading. I fall victim to it, and sometimes it works out. But your best trades are the trades that you plan for before the market gets there. Your best trades are the trades you plan for before the market gets to your technical area. Give me an amen if you agree with that. That your best work is when you're prepared ahead of time before the market gets to your area to take action. And if people would do that and only trade when they're waiting for something to trade, their hit rate would be much better. Much better. How about an amen on that being a trading rule? That we never trade unless we're prepared prior to the market getting to that technical zone. That we're prepared ahead of time. So we've already thought it out. We know where we want to put it in. We know where we want to execute a trade. We know what our defined risk is from that execution. And we also know what potential objectives and targets are. Okay, that's trading 101. Trading 101. Just call me Coach Dale. I'm your coach. Someone say, thank you, Coach Dale. Can I get a thank you, Coach? Come on. Khalid thinks I'm his coach. Right, D. Kadick? Coach Dale? I think I have a great team to coach. How about you guys? If there was a Super Bowl in FX, we'd be going to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I'd be able to coach a team of all-stars all the way to the Super Bowl. You guys are all-stars. You're all champions. We have a community of champions in here. A lot of elite analysis takes place every day. Okay, there you go. Pip Hunter has a trade plan for after the Fed. That's a great point, Ziggy. All right, let's see what Pip Hunter has for after the Fed. After the Fed. Cool. I like it. There's a plan. Okay. Pip Hunter has thought it all out. Nice work. Very good. Everyone thank Pip Hunter for giving us a live example of how to prepare to trade after a red event. Hi, Ross. How you doing? Okay. I just think there's a chance here. I think they got most of the longs out under these lows here. That's what makes a market. So they took out all the stops here under 44. You might be right. There's nothing there on the 4 hour. There's no divergence. We have a confirmed low here. You might be right for one more low. I have a crude chart. Yeah, I'm looking at it. And now that you bring that to my attention, I agree with you. There could be another break. Because I have a confirmed low on the 1 hour. I'd like to see it take out this low and diverge at least once. So good eye, Happy. Good eye. Mr. 1776, welcome back. It's been a long time. How are you? How you doing, buddy? So there again is a live example of LAR working. Happy called me on my look in crude, so I went through it again and reassessed that this most likely is not the low. You're going to make me cry, Abel. Thank you, Abel. I hope I do that. Nice to meet you, Ross. Here's a new handle, FX123. Welcome to LAR. Everyone welcome FX123. What isn't risky? What isn't risky? Aussie? I like it. Back to 72, which is what Happy is looking for, what Pip Hunter is looking for is another rally to sell into 72. So that lines up with earlier analysis that it could happen. See how our views with different methods end up coming to the same conclusion. It's like if a couple of people in the community are pointing towards a potential outcome using different methodology, to me, that's like confluence. Like you have confluence with several indicators or moving averages coming together at one point. When we have analysis by different community members pointing towards the same outcome, to me, that's confluence. Everyone thank 123 for his look in Aussie. Thank you, 123, and welcome to LAR. And thanks for sharing. Everyone thank FX123. Smart. So we have quite a few new handles in here. Clever's got a look here. Oh, yeah, good one. Not the whole wad. I've done that before, like Matt Damon. That's the first commandment, the first commandment of trading that I've broken. Thank you, Clever. Good one, Clever. Exactly, Ziggy. There's another commandment of trading. Don't do this at home. That's a good warning. I do everything at home, FX123. I do it. In fact, it's one of the things I most appreciate about our career. I love my commute in the morning. One bedroom to the next. And which bathrobe should I wear today? So try and do everything at home. So we're getting kind of a negative candle here in crude. Yeah. So here's something to take into consideration. Who feels like they need to trade today? Need to do something. I don't feel like I need to do anything right now. Take the pressure off. Let the markets do whatever they're going to do, because for at least 5 minutes, you could throw your charts away anyway. I love you, Abel. How's everyone else doing here today? Any other new people? Okay, thanks, Aileen. So either way, it's done, huh? Okay. That was a great forecast you made last Friday, Alien. Who remembers Alien's interview last Friday? So we could get up to 98. Maybe 99. But it's still holding what Alien thought it was going to hold here. This was what he showed Friday. A little 3 drive right here. Thank you, Alien. Alien's been dollar bearish for a while. Thank you, Alien. How are you today, Fame? Gene, welcome to LAR, Gene. JM, welcome to LAR. Veterans looking for an oil pop. The 44 first, and then back down. Snaga, vet. Snaga, buddy. You're a very good technician. Everyone thank Veteran. Thank you, Chi-Town. So what I'd like to see is a hawkish statement to fade. Everyone thank Veteran for his crude look. Who thinks Veteran's been a great addition to our community? Give me a why. I believe he's been a great addition. Ziggy's on fire today. So I'm looking forward to speaking to Dave Floyd at Aspen Trading. Who's familiar with Dave Floyd? Give me a why if you are. Here's the opening bell in equities. Everyone doing okay? Everyone doing all right? Everyone doing all right? Pink Floyd? Same thing with cable here. So FX123 is looking for the dollar to sell off initially, just like Alien, back to 54 on the pound. Very nice falling wedge. 1, 2, 3 on the hourly. Nice. I like your work. Nice picture. Everyone thank FX123 for his look at the pound. So the law of attraction in work, at work, FX123 attracted to be here. You could tell that he has some talent. We continue to mushroom here in LAR. Doesn't matter if it's Ustream or YouTube or, I don't know, anything. Nothing can stop us. Everyone doing all right? Got it. Smart and got it. So let's go off this for some kind of retrace in euro pound. So 38% is about 73. This would be a natural sell area for me, 73. $73.30, another 80 pips higher. I would take a shot at euro pound. Yeah, I did notice that the guppy has not been rallying with risk on. Is that what we're looking at? 2160. Yeah, I thought we'd make one more move to above 22 to take out these buy stops. But yeah, see, we took out these stops. We never got these stops. I think it's 2180. Thank you, Clever. Great look on US dollar yen. Everyone thank Clever. Thanks, Clev, for your US dollar yen look. If you want to go far, come and trade in LAR. If you want to be a star, show your charts in LAR. If you need a new car, you might get it in LAR. Give me an LAR. LAR. How's that, man? Yeah, I'd like to see him take the stops out. I like this 2.5 level. I like this level right here, Clever, with stops over the highs. 22.5. Thank you, Clev. What a great addition you have been to our community. Who thinks Clever is a great addition to our community? Here's my why. I think he is. He's also got friends. You know what the chord? Yeah, commercial. Hey Zig, do you know what the chord pattern is to? Did that sound familiar? EDA, EDA, EDA. Remember the song Gloria? Gloria. Gloria. That's my sister's name. Gloria. I think I like a short coming up in Euro Yen. I want to sell it up here. I'd love an opportunity to sell Euro Yen at 34.5. 33, 35, you're already short on that. I'd rather sell a retrace, a bigger retrace. 34.50-ish. I'd be careful with the divergence here. Look how we diverge. Here was your first confirm low, divergence, rally, divergence, divergence. Be careful about being short that one. In my extremely accurate and humble opinion. But I would welcome shorts between 34.5 and 135 if we rallied after the Fed. Yeah, 3 bar chords to Gloria. Yeah. What a great community. Anyway, you know, my advice is not to hold positions into red events like the Fed or the NFP. But if you do, if you're going to hold positions, I strongly recommend what I sing in this song. You use less leverage when you trade the markets. Use wider stops so you don't get picked off by Forex Stop Hunter. Use less leverage or you might lose your head and your account will be dead. Use less leverage. Inspired by Ricardo Dinger, use less leverage. Use wider stops so you don't get picked off. Use less leverage or you might lose your head and your account will be dead. Use less leverage. Everyone with me on that song? Okay. So you're kind of looking, yeah. You'd like to sell. I'd love to be able to have a shorting opportunity between 4.5 and 35 in euro yen. Thank you, FX123. Nice look. 1, 2, 3. Like 3 drives to a top and 3 drives to a bottom. Good handle. Okay, aliens flattening out here. Yeah, yesterday you said 110.80 to 111. That was a great call. Yesterday you were talking about this number. Thank you, alien. Yeah. Nice call, alien. Nice call. Yeah, isn't that great, Abel? Just let the good things come to you. And they do. Yeah, Goldie, we were bearish, and we still are in Canada. But I was talking about this earlier in the session. You know, we're on the verge of it breaking down. I thought we might get one more rally back towards 133. But there were a lot of people shorting CAD right here yesterday. 32.5, 32.70. It's looking heavy. Pound's looking heavy still. Stand by for Dave Floyd in half an hour. See what Chi-Town has here. I missed your Chi-Town. Chi-Town's a great technician. Always glad to see his handle in here. R4 112. Looks like he's using some cloud stuff. Is this cloud stuff? Ichimoku? Oh yeah, cloud. I think Chi-Town Hustler is also a great addition to our community. He's been here the last month or so, on and off. Always glad to see his work. Who agrees with me that Chi-Town Hustler has been a great addition to LAR? Give me a Y if you agree with me. There's my Y. Planet, you made the best call. So I was acknowledging your Euro Aussie call yesterday, Planet. Before you were here, I said you made the call of the day yesterday in Euro Aussie right here. You were looking for halfway back, up around 55. Everyone congratulate Planet on his Euro Aussie call from yesterday now that he's here. Everyone thank him. Did anyone stay with him? Anyone coattail Alien on the Euro Aussie call from yesterday? Don't fade Planet. Don't fade Planet. Planet's already short here. Nice shot, Planet. Here's Clever's. Clever's looking for 314 as a possibility to step in. There it is. 314. He's ready, prepared if that happens. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Planet. Thank you, Clever. Thanks, everyone. So LAR is not about me or you. It's about everyone. Right? LAR is not about me or you. It's about everyone. Kumbaya. I'm going to take a little 5-minute break now, guys. Thank you, everyone, for your shares today. I'll be back in 5. Let me just let Adinda know. Everyone thank Adinda for the great work that she's doing, taking over for Mauricio. Everyone thank Adinda for the great work that she's doing, facilitating our community on YouTube Live. How about a thank you for Adinda? Here's my thank you. Thank you, Adinda. I'll be back in 5. Thank you, everyone. So does everyone. Okay, everyone, I'm back. What do you got, Clever? In your mind right now, what's this? I'm back, Addenda. What's this? What else is happening here? Okay, thanks. That's what's in your mind? Okay. So in about 20 minutes, we'll be speaking with Dave Floyd at Aspen Trading. Anyone in here familiar with Dave Floyd? Dave's a veteran. How S&P's doing here, buddy? We're going to 2100, 2096 today. Maybe we're going to 2096. The golds are flying. Gold must be having a great day. Rusty's barking. Everyone okay? Yep. Didn't even get to 1150. Hi Rob, how are you? Come on in, buddy. Come on. What are you barking at? What are you barking at? So Rusty's come in to trade with us. Everyone welcome Rob Booker. Rob's dropping by to do a cameo. You doing a cameo today, Rob? Anyone that wants an 8x10 autographed glossy photo of Rob Booker, give me a Y. Don't worry, be happy. So we're about 20 minutes away from Dave and 4 hours from the Fed. So I still think that all rallies could be sold in euro pound. I'd like to see 72.75 to 73. Still think we're going to fill out a right shoulder for a big buying opportunity in euro pound down around the 70 level, 71 level. So here's my notes for Pinkert and euro pound. Was bearish up here looking for 70 to 71. And then from here, I'm looking for this to be a right shoulder breakout over 74.70 and head up to 80. Sean wants one. Sean Campbell's in the house too. How you doing, Sean? Sean will be with us, I believe, 1940. What do you have, Alien? Waiting, waiting, waiting. So far, so good. Bears beware. There you go. So this is a look at Aussie Kiwi. I think Tico's looking at this. We had that huge run in the summer. Pull back to 105 and then new highs. I like it. Nice look. Thanks for that share. Is that what Tico had? That's nice analysis. Whose analysis is that? EW Minteractive. Who is that? Do you know who the author of that is, Alien? If you do, invite them, see if they'd be interested in an interview. This is what you have, Tico? Oh, you got a third drive already here. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Tico's a big divergence player. As you can see, this is classic, a 1, 2, 3 bottom with divergence here. Rob Booker's a big divergence guy. Thank you, Tico. Nice look on Aussie Kiwi. Everyone thank Tico. Whose work was that? Okay. Thank you, Tico. If you want to go far, come on, hang out in Lar. If you want to be a star, or even buy a new car, hang out in Lar. L-A-R. If you want to be a star, show your charts in Lar. Maybe you need a new car. Stick around in Lar. Give me an L-A-R. Lar. The Lar theme song. If you need a new car, come on, hang out in Lar. Anyone need a new car? Give me a Y if you need a new car. There's my Y. I need to trade in my Gremlin. Tired of driving that Gremlin around. So I'm going to hang out in Lar and maybe maybe I'll be able to get a new car. Anyone else in my situation? Any other thousandaires out there? Thousandaires, not millionaires, thousandaires. If you guys would like that Lara theme song on a CD, give me a Y and I'll email it to you. The Lara theme song. And as we approach the Fed, you got to buy new tires? All right, Cleb, you'll get one. You'll be able to buy two today. So remember, in front of the Fed, Doji needs a new car. Alien needs a new car. Well, remember, don't try and get a new car in one day. Try and get a new car in a few months. Because use less leverage when you trade the markets. Use wider stops so you don't get picked off. Use less leverage or you might lose your head and your account will be dead. Use less leverage, use less leverage, use less leverage. So Rob wants the CD. Rob wants a copy. So that's all I got. The concert is over. Who enjoyed the FX concert today? Give me a Y. Did you guys like the concert today? Yeah? Who else is in the house today? Veteran, Abel, John, FX Streets here. That's Adinda. Hi, Forex Stop Hunter. How are you? Goldie, DFS, Tico, Fab, JM, Rob. Happy's here. Dr. Severaman, you're very quiet. 1776 dropped in. Doji, Alien, Borgia. I'm glad you liked it, FX123. Las Keto, there, I've got another fan. So we're going to be talking with Dave in about 9 minutes. Stand by. Stand by for Dave Floyd. Dave will be here in about 8 minutes. FX123, this is for you. That's for you, FX123. Knowing what a fan you are, Elvis Presley never died. He lives and trades in San Diego. And there's my evidence that the king lives. The king lives in Carlsbad, California, and trades from Carlsbad. Stand by for Dave Floyd. So that's for you, 123. Euro pound rolling over a little bit. USD CAD. Nice call from 270, everyone who booked it. Perhaps we still get this one last push up. There's no way we'll get a confirmed high in Canada. Clever has 33.13. That's about where the wedge line would come in Canada later on. The king lives, right, Rob? So, the Jewish Elvis, Neil Diamond. So I'm pretty convinced if Canada can mount one more attack to new highs, there's no way we'll get a confirmed high. Okay, with the RSI down here. So if we get the no rate cut with a hawkish statement, what do you have here? The CAD, yeah. So you can still do that. I wouldn't trade the long side because that's a roulette bet, but Alien agrees with me that we could still have one more shot up left in USD CAD after the Fed. Thank you, Alien. Everyone thank Alien for his 15-minute look on USD CAD. And we're only about 5 minutes away from talking to Dave. Stand by for Dave Floyd at Aspen Trading. Everyone doing all right? Everyone doing okay? Yeah. Which song? Kentucky Rain? You like Kentucky Rain? Let me make sure Dave's going to get here okay. Let's see, I have to get something for Dave. Stand by. Yeah. Hold on. Everyone doing all right? $34.05. Okay. Well, you know, I think it will be more hawkish because the S&Ps are near all-time highs and China stabilized. So they could, you know, they talk like doves when the market's under pressure and hawks when the market's rallying. So I think the statement will be more hawkish because the S&Ps aren't 1850. They're pushing a 2000, 2100 handle here. So they can talk like hawks today. Sounds like we have Dave with us. Is that you, Dave?
Dale, you there?
Yeah, hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Good. It's great to catch up with you, Dave. Haven't talked to you in quite some time. I guess I was showing my whole face and everything here before, but how are things going, Dave? We have the Fed today. It's been a long time since you and I talked about the markets. What's your view going into the Fed here? Do you think we're peaking out here in the Dixie up around this 97 level, or it looks like it could go either way? We're either setting up for a blow-off or possible failure here. Where's your head at?
Well, I remain bullish. The dollar index in here. I mean, from a technical and price action standpoint, the recent move off the October 14th lows is very encouraging to me. And I think if we can get above 97.42, which is the 618 retracement off of the 2014 highs, I'm sorry, the 2015 highs. I think we've got a good chance to accelerate higher, but you do bring up a good point. Much of it will depend on how the market interprets the Fed. I have some pretty strong opinions on the Fed. I don't think they can raise rates. I don't think they'll be able to raise rates for quite some time. So I think all this jawboning is a bunch of, just a waste of time. But if the
Yeah, but
market
do you think that
perceives,
they'll use the opportunity of financial markets recovering dramatically and China stabilizing? It's not, to me, it seems like whenever there's a meeting and S&Ps are weak and there's fear in global equity markets, they talk like doves. And now that we're near a 2100 print in the S&Ps, they may take the opportunity to sound more hawkish on the statement.
yeah, and that's certainly the way they've been, and I think that adds to my argument that I think they're really trapped in a box. I think they realize that they don't have much of a choice in terms of they can talk all they want. They've been talking about raising rates for some time, and they haven't because the economy, by and large, yes, it's improved, but there's still a lot of weak spots in it. There's a lot of data points that are conflicting. Some are bullish, some are bearish, at least in terms of economics or economic indicators. So I think they kind of know that they're kind of trapped at this point. And the scary thing about it is if and when we have some sort of a recession or economic slowdown, and who knows? The full effects of some of the issues in China have not been felt yet, and those could take a couple more months. They don't really have a lot of ammunition to weather another downturn. Be it economic related or some wild card out of the blue, default in junk bonds or whatever the case may be. So I try not to get caught up too much in the day-to-day Fed because every day it seems to be a different story, which is rather disconcerting. But it is what
Well,
it is.
you're an excellent technician, Dave. Do you know how to screen share on Hangout? You go up to the
I believe
upper
I do. I was
left-hand
looking at it
corner.
before I came in here. There it is. So I can screen share. Does it allow me? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You
So then
should be able.
we could see your looks. I always liked your charts, and your views are very technically based. So waiting for your charts to come up.
Yeah,
You
it
always
should let me know when you see a dollar index chart.
interesting. You know what I love about these interviews in LAR is before the ECB, I thought the dollar might run into trouble at 96.20. It just went through it like a hot knife in butter. But then the next day it pulled back to 96.20 before making new highs. And you actually have that as a potential buy point if the dollar pulls back. So it's almost like when you use different methods, I use different methods. But when people come to the same conclusion using different methods, to me it's almost like confluence and builds my conviction in a number. So
Yeah,
you've built my conviction about 96.20 being important on any
yeah,
pullback in the dollar.
and It's an interesting comment that you make. It, you know, a lot of times people do arrive at similar decisions or similar conclusions, but using different methods. But at the end of the day, we're all looking at price bars. You know, yeah, there's probably a million different ways to interpret it, but I think if you're just keeping it real simple and kind of looking at general trends and whatnot, it's not terribly difficult to at least come up being on the right side of the market. You know, hopefully more times than not. So again, you know, today's meeting obviously, you know, will probably be indicative of where we go. For me, it's this 97.40 level, and again, if you're an Elliott wave person or at least have some rudimentary knowledge, you know, if this support level holds and serves as the catalyst, if we can get through 97.40, I do think that there's a lot of room to run here. We've been, this is a daily chart that I just popped up now, we've been in a really, really nasty, choppy range since March. You know, I guess our next big hurdle would be 98.34, but let's get through the 97.42 level first. So, you know, for me, as I've mentioned in previous interviews I've done with you, you know, I kind of use the dollar index as my base case, and, you know, the other currencies should, you know, kind of follow in lockstep.
I do the same thing, Dave. Dave,
yeah.
you know, we're kindred spirits on that. You know, it would be kind of like trading Apple without following the NASDAQ or Dow.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So, you know, for me, and I think for, you know, for anybody listening here today that might be, you know, let's say newer to currency trading, you know, the dollar index is a quick and easy way to kind of assess where other currency pairs are going. Obviously, the euro is the most correlated to the dollar index, and some of the other pairs, you know, they start to fall off in terms of correlations. But it's a good way to keep yourself aligned with the market. You know, if you're bullish the dollar index, you can't be bullish the euro. You know, one of them's wrong in terms of your conclusion.
I know you also do kind of like relative strength work too. So you kind of look at, if the dollar's strong, what's leading the way in the dollar? If the dollar is weak, what's leading the way? What is, you know, what's coattailing strength?
Yeah.
What's coattailing weakness?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that someone's saying that we still see my screen, Adinda, rather than Dave's.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't see.
That's not you. Maybe that's. How about now? MRC, do you see Dave's charts now? Everyone in the community, give me a Y if you see Dave's chart of the dollar index 4-hour chart.
Do you see it, Dale?
I see it. I just want to make sure everyone else does.
Yeah.
Because you know what, Dave? LAR is not about me or you. It's about everyone.
Absolutely.
So, you know, like the boss sings, you know, no one wins unless everyone wins. So how about it, community? Can you see Dave Floyd's 4-hour dollar index chart? Give me a Y if you can, before we move forward. I can see it. Anyone else? Let's just carry on, Dave.
Okay. Yeah, that's too bad, but hopefully, you know, the description will suffice. But I guess, you know, obviously, if I have a generally bullish view of the dollar in here, obviously with a pullback currently off of the recent highs, the opposite would be true in the euro. The euro's had obviously a good sell-off, and if I pull up my euro chart, we would see basically the mirror opposite, which is a little bit of a corrective rally in the euro, and I might be certainly considering getting short that particular currency into the 110.88, maybe up towards the 111.5 level, and then if prices begin to stall, I think we could head down towards the 108 level. Again, much of this will be dependent upon how the market, I don't think it's going to be what the Fed says today. I don't think they're probably going to say anything radically different. It's going to be how the market interprets it, which of course is always the most important thing, and the one thing that's really not knowable in advance oftentimes. So, you know, for me, I've got my game plan going into the meeting in terms of how I think prices might unfold. I would expect at some point, either today or in the next day or two, the euro to start trading lower, dollar index to start trading higher. Maybe the meeting today will provide that catalyst. I don't know. I'm not going to position myself ahead of that meeting. This market is a little bit too on and off in terms of temperament, to say the least, that I don't want to try to be outguessing what the market might do. It's perfectly okay if I maybe miss the first leg lower in the euro, if that's what happens after the meeting today.
So are you like me, Dave? You consider this a roulette bet, and you're going to be flat into the Fed?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I just don't see, at least in terms of like something like the euro, which is going to be so sensitive to any move in the dollar. I'm just not seeing, for me, it's a flip of a coin. It could easily spike higher, could easily spike lower. I'm not seeing a, weighting towards me being correct by being short. I'm seeing a 50-50 outcome. And I guess in theory that's what we always shoot. That's what the odds always are. But I think there are times when you can put the charts in the overall environment, maybe in an environment where maybe you've got a 65-35 edge, and I'd be more comfortable with that. So I'm okay sitting on the sidelines. The other way to do it is, the crosses. I trade in the crosses quite a bit because there's times when the dollar pairs are just trading, let's say, and not in such a fluid manner. And one of the crosses I've been working with over the last, well, I always work with it, but in the last week or so, I've been short euro sterling. We were short last week from about 73.55. And
we were short from 75.
Awesome, even better. So,
well, we had nice divergence there. I'm glad you're bringing this one up, Dave, because I agree with you. I actually think we're going to 70.5, maybe 71. Sure. And if you look at the weekly chart of euro pound, that would be give you symmetry for a potential right shoulder on the weekly, and then the next time through 74.80 or so. Look at that.
I see that on the weekly.
Look at that. Are you a mind? Did you do the Vulcan mind meld on me, Dave?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what a great interview. I mean, you're just confirming things and giving me more conviction about what I think could happen here. And I don't know about you, but anytime I break my rule, like for example, the rule is when we're in a bear trend in euro pound, Dave, I don't buy the euro. The euro's your preferred short, right? And when we're in an uptrend, the euro is your preferred long. The pound's your preferred short on strength. Mm-hmm. So there's probably no reason to buy the euro until we think we have a bottom in euro pound, don't you think?
Yeah, and that pretty much confirms what the euro chart, is telling me as well. But I mean, obviously, that's the other thing I think that a lot of people can take away is that if you're trading a currency, let's say it's the euro versus the dollar or Aussie versus the dollar, whatever it is, you got to really understand what the other what the Aussie crosses are doing or the euro crosses are doing, because they all play a factor. And again, you don't want to be long the euro if euro sterling's in a downtrend, or at least you've reduced the odds, in my opinion, that you're going to do well with a long euro trade. So it's how all the pieces fit together, and that's the thing that's really fascinating about currency trading, is that there's a lot of different things you can look at. You can get lost if you let yourself, but if you keep it pretty simple and just think about, well, hey, if I'm bullish the euro, let's say, are the euro crosses also bullish? Is the dollar index negative? I mean, just very simple things that you can kind of check off your list, and if they all line up, then you have a little bit more conviction about making a trade in that direction.
Yeah, it's holistic.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And so you're taking a look at the whole picture and putting together the puzzle through relationships. And you did bring up Aussie. I'm wondering if you have a view on the Aussie yen cross. Chris Laurie describes it as the closest correlation to risk on, risk off, and it's been pretty weak. Considering the S&Ps are trading up near 2100 again. I was looking for maybe a rally back to 89, the breakdown of the daily, and then yesterday's action, whatever happened in Australia that took Aussie down, at least interrupted it. Do you have a view on any of the yen crosses here? or the
My
yen?
my my view on the yen and the yen crosses is that I largely speaking avoid them. I'll dabble
Okay.
in dollar yen once in a while, but I found that that currency and the related crosses always very challenging over the years. So I know where my strength is, and it's not in the yen or the yen crosses. How about that?
Yeah. It's also been a non-trade for a while anyway, range-bound U.S. dollar
Oh,
yen.
oh,
I
dollar
pay
yen's been a
attention to,
mess. Oh my
yeah,
God, what a
I pay
mess.
attention to it because it kind of means a lot to me when I'm looking at 10-year yields and I'm looking at risk on, risk off in equities. So that's why I pay attention to it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't ignore it, and I would actually agree. I mean, I look at the charts. Do I really spend a lot of time getting accurate wave counts and making trades? No, but the whole concept of risk on, risk off, yeah, you have to be paying attention. And I'm a little bit. I mean, I've seen dollar yen come off the highs recently, um, but largely speaking, it's still very, very range bound.
Yeah.
Um, but I am
Well,
on the lookout for.
they've certainly cleaned out a lot of U.S. dollar bears with this recent move,
Oh yeah,
cleaning up tops over 21,
yeah. I mean,
21.30. To me, it looks
yeah.
like there's just one more level that if they want to knock out the rest of the yen bears, and I'm not talking about new highs for the move, but over 121.80, I'm sure there's at least one buy stop. I'd like to see that guy taken out before I look for shorts.
Yeah, and I think also, technical levels obviously are key. Obviously, dollar yen's not going to get that much higher unless the S&Ps continue higher, and for the time being, they are moving higher. So, if I had to make a call right now, the S&P is moving higher. Why do I want to defy that? I may have
Right,
low confidence in the rally, but that doesn't mean I want to
right,
get in front of the rally. So
right.
the odds of 121.80 perhaps being taken out again seem reasonable given the way the S&Ps are moving recently, given the way the dollar yen's moved off the October 14th low. And again, maybe the Fed says something today that makes the equity people really happy and they goose prices higher. We can't rule that out. Um, just a lot of moving pieces in this market. You try to keep it as simple as possible, but there are a lot of moving pieces, and we have had some price moves that are, you know, sometimes you're just scratching your head, going, "Geez, where the heck did that come from?" But
So I'm sure there are a lot of people watching gold that are scratching their head, Dave. I see it on your ETF screen
yep,
here, and gold, despite the recovery in the dollar and pressure in euro over the last week or so, has not responded to dollar strength and has held up quite well. Any view there? Everyone, the whole world was bearish at 1080 once we washed out one more time, and here we are knocking at the door at 1200. What
yeah.
do you think is going on there? Crude is not yet recovered, but doesn't seem to have the same resilience as gold does these days.
Well, I'm going to give kind of a very, very broad answer. I have no idea when or even if gold has kind of bottomed out. I mean, I gave up on that game years and years and years ago regardless of the market I'm talking about, gold,
Yeah.
stocks, currencies, whatever. I do think that at some point it will be an amazing investment. I do have some small positions in some of the miners just because they do look decent from a technical standpoint.
Right.
Um, but I can't be a raging bull. I'm certainly not a raging bear on gold. I'm kind of neutral with a bullish bias. But again, I just
Okay.
need that catalyst. I don't know what that catalyst will be. It's obviously going to be noted in the prices and in the charts, but it hasn't happened yet. We've had a lot of false starts, and I just don't feel like getting nickeled and dimed to death. I have a theory or a view that gold will be higher in the years to come, but I'm in no hurry to load up the boat because there's just no technical evidence, or at least strong enough technical evidence that I want to be long these miners or the gold stocks or gold the metal itself.
Okay. I hope you're right. I'd love to see this rally end in the next several weeks or so and have one more washout into next spring in the gold under $1,000 an ounce. Actually, a number at another interview I was playing around with was the last bull market in gold in 1979, 1980 was 880. And then if you take the whole bull move in gold from 200 level to the 1900 level, 880 is about 61.8 back. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, historical highs and lows are important. And I'm old enough to remember the Russian invasion of Afghanistan in late 1979, early 80. So
Mm-hmm.
just a number I have in the back of my crowded, overloaded information trader's mind.
We all suffer from over information at times. It's
What,
when you
what,
can kind of
what do you
keep
do when your
track of
head's
things.
exploding with, you know, saturation of great ideas and you want to be able to capture them all? And, you know, that happens to me every day in our community.
Yeah,
There's, you know,
exactly.
I said today, I wish I had enough money to take everyone's trade ideas, but I'm only
Yeah,
1,000 here.
yeah, exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Um, so that's, at least in terms of FX and gold, that's kind of where I've got my, my thoughts on. I think one of the crosses that I've been looking at, and it certainly moves around like a son of a gun, is pound Aussie. I think there's an opportunity here on a shorter term basis. Again, very simple setup. Here, we kind of tagged a retracement level at about the 204. I'm sorry, 21420 level. Prices have bounced off that, so I think we head up towards about 216, maybe even a little bit higher. But I do think that there's an early stage, longer term bullish move ahead. I think we could head up towards the 220 level in pound Aussie. Just bear in mind, for those that have traded it, you know, not for the faint of heart. It whips around pretty good. That's why you've got to really let price action come to you and not really chase momentum moves.
What's
Try to
your
pick.
what's your average stop loss on a pound Aussie trade?
Well, in this particular trade, as you can see with the chart here, if you're looking to buy this for this pullback in here, let's say you bought this 21420 area pullback. I got to give it room from a technical standpoint all the way down to 212.40. So basically a couple hundred pips,
Right.
and because the way I always look at it is you've got to pick stops that are technically relevant to based on the way you trade. So for the way
Right.
I
Not
trade,
money stops, market stops.
exactly.
You
So
know, a lot of
prices.
people are taught this, Dave. Oh, risk 1% of your account or 0.5% of your account. Well, uh, that may be a rule of thumb, but it's not a reason to put a stop at a money level.
Well, I would take that a step further. Yeah, okay, maybe you want to limit your risk on a per trade basis to 1%, but if you have a wide stop, you can still achieve that. You just have to trade less lots. So,
Right.
okay, I've got a 200 pip stop loss in this particular trade. Anything less than 200 pips, like you said, is not technically relevant. I could put my stop loss at 21350. I could get
Right.
taken out and then prices could rip higher because that's not a technically relevant level, at least for the way I view the market. Unless
That's a pearl,
prices
Dave.
go below 212.40, I'm still bullish. So I have to have stops down there. Therefore, if you take this trade, and let's say you normally trade 2 standard lots, and now that's going to risk 2%, well, then you only trade 1 standard lot on this trade. It's really, that's the way you keep things consistent, and the whole concept of being scared, so to speak, by wide stops is it's kind of it's not necessary. You just lower your lot size.
You know, Dave, I'm sure you're asked this question a lot. I know I am. A lot of people would love to be a professional trader, trade for a living, and they ask me, well, Dale, you know, how much equity do I need to have to be able to trade for a living? You know, a normal figure would be something like, can I trade for a living with a $10,000 account? And I say, yes, if you want to live beneath an underpass.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you give people numbers as to, you know, that's their dream? Don't quit your daydream, but to be realistic, I know hedge fund managers are very happy with 25% a year on return on equity. And What do you tell people when they ask you a question like that?
I don't get that particular question too often anymore. My clients, the ones that I manage money for and the ones that subscribe to the research and alerts that I put out, by and large, are avid part-time traders. They're fully employed within, some other profession, management, firefighter, doctor, whatever it might be. And they have the very realistic view that they can achieve good, solid double-digit returns on their Forex account as a way to enhance their overall portfolio. If let's say you've got a portfolio of $500,000 because of your 401k, your IRAs, and all that stuff, and maybe you have 25 grand in your Forex account. Yeah, you can press that account using the leverage and come up with some great returns. But what I've seen over the years is, by and large, people are looking at this as a way to give a really nice enhancement to what they're already doing in their day job. And some people
Okay.
definitely do make this transition, but they typically have larger capital bases. $10,000, yeah, maybe you might catch that break and accumulate it really quick and start trading, $100,000 account, $200,000 account. But those are kind of the outliers. Those are at the ends of the bell curve. Um, I I think a realistic view is to use it as a way to really get some solid returns as an overall part of your portfolio. Keep your day job, keep your insurance coverage, and keep your family still smiling at you and not wondering why they're living under the underpass.
Just want to let you know, Dave, you're a trader's trader, because guys like Rob Booker came in to watch you, Sean Campbell, a lot of people tweeting that were excited about hearing your work, and you've given a live example of why people appreciate your work and your insights into the market. What would be the best way for people to stay in touch with you, Dave, perhaps get involved with you?
Well, the best thing to do is, well, there's two ways. I write extensively on my blog, which is at aspentrading.com. So if
Okay.
you want to get a feel for who I am and what I do and the analysis that I perform on a day-to-day basis, that's a really good way to get a sense. I also post pretty frequently on FX Street, a lot of the analysis, usually once a week or so. And then if you really want to dive in, and certainly I would encourage you, take a trial. I offer an FX and a stock service. You could take a trial for 30 days for $1. That'll give you a real sense of what I provide on a day-to-day basis. And I don't provide a lot of overwhelming information. I try to project how I view the market to my clients, which is, here's what you need to know, everything else ignore. I'm trying to sift through the vast amounts of information. That's my job. My job is to
Keep us.
provide my clients a little bit of clarity and peace of mind so that they can go off and do their job knowing that, okay, I have what I need, Dave's got it handled, and he'll let me know if I need to make an adjustment.
Great presentation, Dave. Thank you for sharing your views on the dollar and pound Aussie, euro pound. You gave me some additional clarity to my thoughts before we spoke. Let's not let as much time pass this time between
Sure.
interviews. And my hope for you and your followers and mentees is that pips rain down on you during this fall trading season and holiday period, Dave. Thanks again for edifying my community, our community, with your work today, buddy.
Dale, I appreciate it as well. My sentiments to you as well. If I don't speak to you prior to the holidays, enjoy them. Health and happiness.
Thank you, buddy. Good hunting, my trading warrior brother, Dave Floyd, at aspentrading.com, Twitter handle at aspentrading10. Is that the number?
Yeah, that is correct. At Aspen Trading 10. Love to have you follow me on Twitter. That would be great.
All right, Dave. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dave, for hanging out with us for a while today.
My pleasure. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dave. That's Dave Floyd. Clarity, elite analysis from Dave Floyd. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Who enjoyed hearing Dave today? Well, the pound's coming out of the hole. Did you guys enjoy Dave? I enjoyed Dave. Yeah. kind of confirmed what I was looking for in euro pound. So gives me more conviction about what to do and to be patient, waiting for that spot that I've been talking about for the last 2-3 weeks, down around 71 to 70.40 in euro pound. Sean, thank you too for hanging out with us. Rob Booker, thanks for coming to see Dave. I'm going to be interviewing Sean Campbell during the month of November. Alien veterans looking for 100 pips down before the Fed. Canada is rolling over pretty good. Dollar's weakening into the Fed, being led by the pound. Yen's holding. Oil popped. Okay, so my initial thought in oil was correct. Wow. Yeah. So that's all they did in the oil, was they shook out all the bulls under this level right here, under 43.5. It's one heck of a rally. Don't expect perfection at the crap table, guys. So I want to remind everyone there's going to be live coverage of the Fed right here with Valeria Bednarik, Yohei Elam, Mauricio Carrillo. And then I'm going to be joining about 15 minutes before the Fed decision today. You too, Sean. So don't worry if you've missed trades today. There's always another. Be patient. We're getting the pop in euro yen, not to the same extent. Guppy's coming out of here. Guppy should have some trouble up around 185. Everyone doing okay? Who learned something new today? Anyone learn anything new today? 50.39 in the crude was Clever's number he showed earlier. So that was a buy at 43. So if we're going to your number, Clever, we're going to 50 bucks. Canada's going to 125 eventually then. A, B, C to take out these lows eventually. So I think most Larians were on top of it. We're waiting for 52.60. Someone showed a 3 drive to a bottom chart. It was pretty good. It was this line. Pretty classic divergence down here. FX 123 short gold. Shows the chart. 86.80 Guppy. Okay. Everyone welcome Waz Keto to our community. Welcome Waz Keto to LAR. I think we have a great community. Who agrees with me? Yeah. The yen looks okay. Yeah, it was great inverse correlation. So the S&Ps are at 2079 now. Forex Jim, I'd hang out here every day. Any advice for Forex Jim community? And eventually I'd go to a micro account, because demo accounts, there's no money on the line. So actually, I think a middle of the road solution is to trade micro lots. So you know what it's like to have a few bucks on the line for your decisions. People do not take demos seriously enough. So even if you could lose 10 bucks, you're gonna pay closer attention to it than if you lose nothing. It'll help you adjust to the emotional aspect of risking real money. So micro lots is what I recommend. And I recommend you open an account with FX Pro and tell them Dale sent you. Any suggestions for Forex Jim? And let's give Forex Jim a welcome. I think it's even smaller than that. It might be 0.01. Here's FX123's gold look. Back to 1130, huh? Thank you, FX123. Everyone thank FX123 for his gold look here. He's telling people not to do it. Don't worry, we're all big boys and girls in here, FX123. We're all captains of our own ship. So everyone knows they trade at their own risk, their own peril. Here's 125. Clever agrees with a target I have in USD CAD. Thank you, Clever. Thank you, FX123, for sharing your work with us today. Thank you, 123. I think that's a nice gold look. Good one. Thank you, 123. Everyone thank 123, and Goldie has a share here for us. No, not that one. That's my TD Ameritrade account. There's Goldie's look. Canada. What's this moving average? So 200 on the 30-minute. We're right there. Thank you, Goldie. That's a nice look. Everyone thank Goldie for that CAD look and the 200-day there. Hi, Lowell. Everyone thank Goldie. Nice look on the 200 moving, Goldie. Okay, everyone, here's my wrap up. We're 4 hours away from the Fed decision on interest rates. They're not going to do anything. So they're going to probably sell the dollar off a little bit initially on the no move. But then be careful because the statement might be a little bit more hawkish and the dollar could recover on that. I do have conviction about euro pound heading down to those targets. If we get any kind of rally in euro pound back towards 280, I'd take a shot there. Having a pretty negative day in Canada here. I actually thought earlier in the session that we might get one more push up towards 33. You can't rule anything out. But for sure, if we get some type of dollar rally, crude exploded, and Canada tries the highs one more time, there'll be massive glaring divergence. Amen to that, Clever. A nice trade, Planet. Everyone congratulate Planet's taking the 100 pips into the Fed from its 31.75 short. That was an area that was identified by Alien as well yesterday, and Clever yesterday. So Lyrians were on this level here yesterday, and Planet's booking profits. Planet had the trade of the day yesterday on the long side of Euro Aussie from in this range. Nice to meet you, FX123. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions today. I'll see everyone for the Fed. Tune in to FX Street, same place, same station for live coverage of the Fed with Val and Mauricio and Yohei, and I'll be there as well, about 15 minutes. So I'll see everyone later. Thank you, everyone, for your great contributions. I love the way this room is developing. I'm sorry if you don't like my FX songs like LAR and Use Less Leverage. But remember one thing, just like Clever said, this is only money. So don't just count your pips, count your blessings, and I'll see everyone later on. Adios. Shalom. Inshallah. Nostrovia. See you later on, my trading warrior brothers and sisters. Good hunting in the meantime.